You are now watching MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. Chill!
Yes, hello everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka MrGentleman of YPG and a Premier Boy Podcast. And welcome to MrGentleman Like the Pocket TV. Hope all is well. And you already know I got my special guest. I got the bro back on the show. Mook Dollas back on the show. He bringing us a new song. We're gonna talk about his book as well, Lenges, and many more. And y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax. I'll be right back. Welcome back. And y'all already know this is the spin-off show of MrGentleman, like the podcast, a conversation about music podcast, where we talk about anything music, and we got artists that we want to talk about music with. And I got my special guest. He been on the show before. He been on my show, episode 44. He brought us, this dope song called "Do the Right Thing." But he got 2 projects that he want to bring to us today. We got the bro Mook Dollas back on the show. Yo, bro, how you doing, Mook Dollas?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, man? How you doing?
You ain't not good, man. Welcome back on the show, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
All right, so for those that missed the first interview, let them know where are you from.
Brooklyn, New York.
You ain't
Born
know.
and raised.
You ain't know nothing more than that. Nothing more than that.
Hey, that's all you need. That's all you need to know. That's it.
So one thing we didn't talk about last episode is how we met, and we met at IS-35, and junior high school, long time ago. But recently I had another guest from IS-35, Nala, on the show, and we spoke a little bit about IS-35. So my question to you is, what was your memory from IS-35? What you remember? What was your favorite memory?
Oh man, like honestly, it was such a long time ago. I couldn't give you one. I would say just probably like the teachers and like the people, the friends that I've made. I would say I don't have a specific. I mean, I remember plenty fights, but like anything specific, nah, not really. I enjoyed the experience. It made me who I am. So I'm not. I don't have a specific time or point in time when something that stuck with me from them.
Those were the days, long time ago, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about your beginning of life. Like, how was you growing up? And then how everything that you went through growing up made you how you are today?
I would say growing up, and you probably noticed too, growing up in Brooklyn is kind of like, especially in the 90s, like it was pretty rough, gang violence and just stuff happening. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. But I feel like as long as you had the right mindset, you would be able to move a certain way. So I always felt like I was different. Even though I grew up with, certain people, I feel like I was different. So I was always a dreamer, and all that stuff. So I just used that to the best of my ability. And, I kind of like, stayed on the right path and had a right head on my shoulders and kept pushing from that. So, and that's a word to everybody. Even though you can come from a crazy background, you can still be successful. You don't have to let that define who you are, So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man. And yeah, we came a long way, The 90s was crazy.
That's a fact, yeah.
And we grew up, and we both doing amazing things, We both doing amazing things. We're gonna talk more about that. But so we spoke about this a little bit last episode when you was on my show. But we're gonna bring it back again. Like, what and who inspired you to become an artist? And what was you listening to? And what age did you discover that you had talent?
Oh man, okay. So who motivated me? I don't know. I think once I started playing, like got involved with music in junior high, I was in band and everything. I think that kind of just got me into music and everything. And initially I wanted to be a singer, basically mainly because of Music Soul Child, So, and he's like my favorite artist of all time, like favorite singer of all time. But I couldn't sing. It's like, okay, cool, let's just rap. So then, so the first 2 CDs I ever got was Music Soul Child, I Just Want to Sing album. And if you listen to my music, you'll see a lot of like stuff, how word stuff is kind of like that, And then Ludacris is back for the first time. So he was like my favorite rapper at the time. Music was my favorite singer at the time. So Ludacris kind of got me into rapping, but overall, like I really wouldn't sing, but I couldn't sing, so I started rapping. So yeah, those 2 people I would say is who inspired me, obviously from the soul aspect, but also from the rapping aspect. Those 2 are the people, Ludacris and Music Soul Child, yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
And for those that never heard your music, how would you describe your artist style? And when they do listen to your music, what can they expect for your music?
How would I describe my style? I would say like just soulful, like just a vibe. Is not nothing. It's very dope, but it's like I don't want you to have this preconceived notion that like I'm a political activist or anything. I'm not. That's not me. I just want to make good music that people can listen to and relate to. So that's just be. I guess a word would be relatable. I feel like because I write stories for people, not just for me, but like people that I know, people that grew up and everything. So I might even write, a song in the aspect of a female. Maybe she's going through something. I might write a story about that. So yeah, so that to my style is kind of relatable and just a vibe. What can people get from me from my music? I would say just a genuine like authenticity, like just it's real, it's authentic, it's not like fake or, I don't talk about pushing Maseratis because I don't have a Maserati. Why would I talk about that? So it's very genuine. I would say that's probably what you can get from my music and me. So yeah.
I told you this last episode, and I told you that you remind me of Q-Tip. When your rap style remind me of Q-Tip, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So last time you brought us a track called "Do the Right Thing." So tell us about how that project came together and stuff like that.
So "Do the Right Thing" came about. There was this point in time where I was like heavy into like the movie "Do the Right Thing" with Spike Lee. And I was just heavy into it. And his name was Mookie, and that's my name, Mook. So it's like, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, why don't I just do an album like this? So Do the Right Thing, the whole project's kind of based off my life, but also ties in the movie with it. So it's just a dope project that I was like, this little side project that I did. I'm like, okay, let me see how I can figure this out. So there's little skits in there where it takes from the movie, but also ties into the songs that I write. So yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I heard that project, man. That probably was dope, man. And
thanks, man.
That probably was dope, man.
Yeah.
All right, so but now you got a new album coming out called Soulful Sabi. So tell us about that and how along the process about making that project and everything.
So, well, the first one is side A. So side B will probably come out next year. But yeah, so how I came up with honestly, the songs on the new project were written and pretty much recorded before Do the Right Thing was even done. It wasn't. I guess at that time it wasn't finished, so it didn't come together yet. But after I was doing Do the Right Thing, okay, cool. And then I got everything together, and now pretty much it came to fruition. So for Soulful, it's more so just like jazzy beats, kind of like a Tribe Called Quest Q-Tip kind of feel, and just rapping, and just it's a vibe is what it is. Do the Right Thing is more so tailored towards like my life and everything. Soulful is just a vibe, pretty much is what it is. Just a soulful, like I'm a fool to the soulful music that I listen to. Like I love it, see what I'm saying? So that's the whole representation of it.
Nice. And we're gonna play 2 other tracks later today. So we're gonna talk more about that later, from the project. But also when is this coming out? When is this album coming out?
So Soulful Side A is coming out next Wednesday, the 29th of September. Yeah. It's gonna be dope.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
You ain't know, bro. So how do you feel about the current state of hip hop? We spoke about this last time, but
trash. It is trash.
I was gonna say like also what changed from last year we spoke about this topic compared to today now?
Man, and I'm pretty sure I said this last time. I'm not sure if I did. I don't know. I gotta check tape for that. But I feel like there's a time and place for everything, right? Like when we go to the club, they don't play no Nas or no, extra lyrical stuff. So it's a time and place for everything, man. Like everybody has their space and their time and their, lane to do stuff. Like, if 2 Chainz could be Jay-Z, he would be Jay-Z. But he's not. He's 2 Chainz. He has a lane on his own. You see what I'm saying? So, I feel like the state of it's just evolution. Like it's always going to change. The state of hip hop, I think, is really good right now because we still have both lanes. We have the extra lyrical stuff, and we also have the poppy, fun stuff. So I feel like it's good. If you enjoy music in general, you'll enjoy hip hop in its current state. I don't think you would have an issue, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's like saying, oh, you got rap, you got R&B, you know, and like, oh man, you know, if you listen to both, you can listen to two types of rap. If you listen to R&B and rap, it's two different types of styles, you know. So yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, man. And
Yeah.
it's I mean today news. I mean, I try to listen. I try to listen to today's stuff.
You can't get into it.
I mean, I guess for me, it depends on the artist. It depends on the artist, I guess.
Yeah. And that's what I tell everybody too. Like I tell them, like if somebody says they can't get into something, like you have to find that one artist that maybe take you in that channel. Yeah. Like I wasn't into like, you know, like trap rap, whatever you want to consider it to be. But once I listened to like one song by like Kodak Black, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is dope. I vibe with it. And then I started going down my little rabbit hole and listening to, you know, 21 Savage and Lil Yachty. I'm like, oh, okay, this is dope for what it is. You know, they're not asking to be Jay-Z or Nas. They just like, yo, they're doing what they do. And that's what it is. It's time and place for everything.
I agree. But you know, not only you're an artist, but you're also an author. So you got a book out called. You got a book. Hold on, I gotta show this right.
Talk about it. Wait, hold on. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get my shit. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Let's go right here. Yep. That's the one.
So you got a book out. So you got a book out called Legends. You know, you got a book out called Legends. The untold story of the music revolution. Yep. What inspired you to write this book, and tell us about it?
And going back to like, you know, when we met junior high school, I've always been a dreamer and like just a mind that was like, you know, I just thought about stuff all the time. School to me was very boring, like depending on the subject. But what was our English teacher name? She told me that I was a really good writer. And I always knew I was, but when she gave me that little like kudos, I was like, okay, cool, like this is something I can really do. So like from that point on, was it Miss Benari?
I think it was. I try to remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was.
Like certain things, yeah. So when she gave me that little kudos or whatever, you know, I just ran with it, and I just realized like I was really good at writing. So I've always had stories in my mind or stories in my head. I've always been an artist and a creative. So I just had this idea. I'm like, okay, cool. What if we do this? And like, if you read the back of the book, you know, the synopsis and everything, you understand what I'm talking about. What if I did this type of thing with everything? And I don't want to give anything away. I want people to buy the book. So I ain't gonna say nothing. But yeah, if you read it, I think you would enjoy it. It's an original idea. I think it's pretty dope, and the story's pretty good. So yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Check out this book. Yeah, and everybody, let them know where they can get the book.
Amazon is on there. Just look me up, Tristan Martin. Once again, here it is. Tristan Martin, Legends, The Untold. Sorry, you probably can't see that. It's probably trash. Tristan Martin, Legends, The Untold Story of the Music Revolution. This is the reboot, so I redid it. So this is the newer version. Yeah, which is why it says reboot. It's a newer version. Yeah, so cop it. Let me know what you think. If you're into like, you know, fiction, Harry Potter type stuff, this should be right in your lane. So yeah.
You know, dope book, y'all. Dope book.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So I got a fun question to ask you. All right, so if you had to pick a verses with any artist,
talk about it.
Who would that artist be? Give me three artists. I think I already know what of them. We spoke about one of the last.
Oh, you mean like three, like six? You mean like three? Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so if I had to choose, right? Oh man, this is tough because I love music, man. So if I had to choose, my first probably pick, it's no particular order, but just what I can think of right now. J. Cole and Kendrick, I feel like would be really, really fucking fire. Yeah, really fucking fire.
We spoke about that last episode. We spoke about that last time.
Yeah. Like, I'm still waiting for that motherfucking album, bro. Like I'm still waiting for that fucking album.
Me too. A year late with the wait, man. With the wait.
Exactly. I think that would be fire. I think if we could do like artists that are already passed away, rest in peace. I think it would be dope if we had a Michael Jackson and Prince one.
Yeah,
I think that would be fucking fire. That shit would shut it down. And then a third one, if I had to choose, let me see. So that was rap, or soulful kind of stuff. Let me see. I'm trying to see another lane that I would pick. I mean, and what they talking about right now, I seen Amarion saying something about him and Chris Brown. I would like to see that too, you know, because I would just like to see them on stage. And the dance battles we're looking for. You see what I'm saying? We ain't worried about the music. You know, but the dance, I think that would be fire. Chris Brown and Marion got down or whatever. So yeah, I think that's three quality versus matchups. I think that would be dope.
All right. Well, I got one more question about versus. Like, where do you feel Mariah fit? Cause I asked about my team about this, and we have a trouble about figuring out where does Mariah fit. Who do you think will fit Mariah?
Mariah Carey. See, I mean, because you know she's constantly put up against Whitney Houston.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, she because of the voice, you know what it is. But I mean, if she could still, I mean, you know, everybody falls over. So I don't know. I don't think Mariah's still in her prime like she used to be. She's still a notable artist, but she's not in the prime. But I mean, if we talking about like hits and like, what are we basing off of voices, off of voice, or are we both basing off of like the singles that she put out? You see what I'm saying? So like, if we talking about like prime Mariah voice wise, I would probably like try to bring like Jasmine Sullivan on there. Jasmine Sullivan probably win. But you talking like voices, like, but as far as like pop hits, probably, yeah, I would say the only person I can think of is probably like Whitney Houston. Like, yeah, I don't know who I would put. Ariana Grande will be a new, to me, Ariana Grande is like the new Mariah.
Right.
The high pitched voice and everything. So, you know, I think that would be dope. But it's kind of hard. Mariah is, you know, she does a lot, so it's kind of hard to tell where you would put her at. You know, so
yeah. Who
did y'all have for Mariah?
I know my boy said Mariah and Tony.
Tony Braxton?
Yeah, but I was like, nah. That don't fit.
I mean, if I would say probably for hits, but voice wise, that's real high, real low. I don't know if that would be a.
I would say I was thinking for hits, Janet, Mariah and Janet.
I was just about to say that too, but people probably gonna want them to both sing. You know, Janet can't really sing like that. Yeah. But I was thinking about that too. Who else did they have?
We did. We had Mary as well. Mary J. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
But
okay. Those are solid joints.
Yeah. So what next for you? You know, what other project you got going on? I know you got a new album coming out, but what else you got going on?
So the album is coming out September 29th. I'm gonna be finishing up our next book, The Elements. And I'm gonna try to do that because I'm already in the middle of it. I need to finish it up and polish it up and everything. So Full Side A, dropping the 29th. The next project after that will be The Elements, which is my next book, which is a brand new concept, brand new idea. It's actually, you know, it's not any sci-fi kind of stuff going on. It's actually like kind of like a real life relatable kind of thing. And then after that's done, I'll probably be finishing up Full Side B. I was trying to get that done. And then after that, maybe another book. I'll just probably album book. It's probably that's in the mode I'm in now. So yeah, keep myself busy, man. Got to keep myself busy. Yeah.
You already know. You got to keep yourself busy, man. You got to keep yourself busy.
Exactly.
Man. All right. So what encouraging words you got for a new artist that's trying to come out?
I would say just do it, man. Just be motivated and keep doing it. Like regardless of what it is. Like it took me forever to be comfortable with what I do. You know, I was always progressing. And now currently right now in the state where I'm at right now, I'm like, yo, this is like, I'm good now. You see what I'm saying? I started rapping when I was fucking 13, but I didn't, you know, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't like, I had to find my way. So if you're coming out now, keep pushing, keep making music, make music consistently, find yourself. And then if you want to push yourself and get out there and perform and, you know, just do your thing, man. Cause nowadays you don't even need a label to be a rap star. You see what I'm saying? You don't need a label. So just keep pushing and just be you, be genuine, you know, whatever that is.
Exactly. I agree with that. Exactly. You really don't need a label. You have to do it yourself, man.
At all, man. At all.
Exactly. All right. So we're gonna play a segment game called How Do You Feel About This Artist? So I'm gonna name an artist and you let me know how you feel about them. All right, so we're gonna throw in Nas.
How do I feel about him?
Yeah.
Godson, man. He's one of the gods. Like he's in my top 5, like of all time. Nas, he's just a dope lyricist. Like he was one of the first artists that I listened to, or the first rappers that I listened to, and he just sounds like he's rapping a big ass run-on sentence. I'm like, yo, when does he take a break? When is he, And it was just dope. It's like he raps in paragraphs. I think it's dope.
He does,
And he's a storyteller. He's just real. He's solidified. Like Nas is Nas, man. He's top 5, man. Like you can't take that away from him. Yeah.
That fact. All right, what about Mos Def?
Oh man, that's another GOAT. Like Mos Def, like I swear to you, like I don't even say definitely anymore. I don't say most. I say Mos Def. Like whenever I talk in conversation, that's how much of an impact like he's possibly had on my life. Mos Def is just dope, man. He's ill. He black, like just the word. Like when I think about like black empowerment, Mos Def, Black Thought, those are the type of artists I'm like, yo, like come on, Mos Def, man. And he's not like commercial, extra commercial, but he's solidified in hip hop. So yeah, Mos Def, man. He's dope.
I agree. Yeah, he very underrated to me. Man.
Hell yeah. Talk about it, man. Yeah.
The next guy is too. And we talk about him like plenty of time. Q-Tip.
Oh, come on, man. Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest is my favorite group of all time. And honestly, one of the inspirations for this album, the Soulful album, man, when I tell you, like, I was really into like, poppy beats and like trap drums and all that. But then when I started listening to Tribe and Q-Tip and De La Soul and Jungle Brothers and Leaders in the New School, like that whole Jay Dilla, Pete Rock, like these producers, like that whole jazzy kind of feel, it changed my fucking life, man. Like, and that to me, when I discovered that and I started rapping on those beats is when I discovered myself as an artist, like as Mook Dollas. Yo, like Joey Badass, if you listen to Joey Badass, that's the same kind of feel. Yeah, man, like I think that's me, and that's what it is, man. Q-Tip, here go, Five Dog, Ali, Shaheed Muhammad, and Jerobi, man. Yeah, fucking my favorite. Favorite is probably would be a word I would describe Q-Tip.
Nah, Tribe is dope, man. Tribe is dope.
Come on, man.
And here's one of my favorite artists, Jay-Z.
King of New York, man. King of New York, man. When he came out with his motherfucking, even though people don't like the album, Kingdom Come, I love that fucking album, bro. That album, even though it's not one of his popular albums, made me a Jay-Z fan. And then I went back and listened to like Reasonable Doubt and Black Album and other stuff. So yeah, Jay-Z is definitely King of New York, man. You can't, he's one of the few that, even though he ages, he's timeless,
Yeah.
Timeless.
And sorry, I am one of them that do not like Kingdom Come. That was not my favorite album.
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody likes it, but I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna fight for it. I'm gonna fight for it, man.
I mean, of course, I like some singles for a bit, but overall, it wasn't my favorite album.
I loved it, man. I loved it, bro.
This one about should be a versus Kendrick Lamar.
Come on, like what are we talking about, bro? Kendrick, man. Like when I first, until this day, Good Kid, Mad City is one of my. Talk about it. Look at that. That's the cover right. Yeah, that's the cover right there. Good Kid, Mad City is one of my favorite albums of all time, rap wise, and it's just the storyline and Kendrick Lamar, man. Like when I first heard him, I was like, who is this dude? And I first heard him on The Recipe with him and Dr. Dre. And I was like, who is this cat? And then I went and listened to Section 80. I listened to Overly Dedicated, which is like his two like kind of mixtape kind of things. And then he came with Good Kid, Mad City. I was like, yo, this dude he's the current GOAT, bro. Like you can't fuck with Kendrick, man. And I'm waiting for this fucking album to come out. He need to hurry the fuck up.
Me too, yo. Me too. I wait for Kendrick's solo album too.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, what about Kanye?
Here we go. And I'm probably gonna start losing some cool points for this, but I feel like Kanye is dope as a producer, but I think he's heavily overrated as a rapper. To me, Kanye is average at best as a rapper. Like when I think about, people that they put him up against, like Jay-Z, to me, Kanye can't rap with Jay-Z. Can he rap with Nas? No. Can he rap with, no, to me, Kanye is an average rapper. He's good. I'm not saying he's trash, he's good. But people give him too much credit as a rapper. To me, his thing is producing. His beats are fucking insane. Like you can't, man. When I listen to My Twisted Dark Fantasy, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? This shit is fucking crazy. Like Monster was on there, like just it was ill, man. Like Kanye, he's dope. and wait before he does. But rapping, I don't know. Like I listen to Donda, I liked it, but
Yeah, I am a Kanye fan, but I ain't gonna. I got mixed feelings about his recent stuff, but
you see what I'm saying? Like I feel like there was a time where he could have been like in the top conversation, but like since like J. Cole came out and Kendrick Lamar came out, and to me it surpassed him. Like to me as a rapper, as a rapper's rapper, like yeah.
All right, what about Common?
Oh, come on, common sense. Ew, man. Chicago, come on, man. It's Common. Can't fuck with Common, man. Common is up. Like to me, they're little niche of rappers like Common, Mos Def, Black Thought, Talib Kweli are like just conscious brothers that like constantly, driving forward a message for Black people and what it means to be Black and beautiful, man. Common is up there. Like he's dope. He's stamped. Another person like Mos Def who's like probably not getting enough recognition as he needs, but he's always gonna be like solidified in the hip hop culture.
Yeah. Common my guy too. I like Common. Common's my guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
This was not on my list, but I'm gonna throw a curveball now. What about Drake? I'm gonna throw a curveball.
Drake. Okay, so I'm gonna give him his flowers first, right? Drake is probably the biggest artist of our shit. I might fuck this up. Of our decade. It was 2010. Of our decades for 10 years, right? I'm slow. Yeah. But now, like Drake is probably because that to me, he's one of the only artists or one of the few artists that is always on the charts every time.
Yeah.
Even with this album, Certified Lover Boy, when he dropped the album, all his all the tracks were in all the top places on the top 100.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, who the fuck else does that? Nobody does that. You see what I'm saying? So Drake definitely has solidified. To me, even I think people said it before, he's like the newer Jay-Z, as far as like pop culture and being like in the top of the charts. Like he's up there. He did his thing. To me, another verses that would be Drake and Chris Brown. As far as like pop charts, Drake and Chris Brown would be crazy. Even though it's two different genres, but I think that shit would be crazy as far as hits. Like they always on the charts. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, Drake. Drake is cool. Like rap wise, he's cool. But to me, he can't rap with like Kendrick or J. Cole.
Definitely not.
But he like the fact that he doesn't really rap like that. He has his own lane where he's like pop, like constant, always on the radio doing his thing. He has his own lane. And he created the lane. So yeah, Drake is doing this. He's definitely he's a main man. He did his thing.
Drake do a thing. Yeah, Drake tried to do it. He tried to be on every genre. Me and my team tried to be talking about that every time. He tried to be on every genre.
Really? You see what I'm saying? Like he changed it. He's doing Jamaican track one time, Spanish track one time. It's crazy. He's a chameleon, man. He does his thing.
We call him music sexual because that way he goes into many lanes.
It don't matter, man. He did his thing, man. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, but before I get to the last one though, they saying that Drake is the next Michael Jackson of this generation. How you feel about that? How you feel about that comment?
No, I don't think so. If anything, I think my comment is more valid. He's a Jay-Z of our generation, but not Michael Jackson. And I seen this post on Facebook too. Somebody said all Michael Jackson did was stand there on stage and people was fainting and crying and shit. Drake could never and he can't Michael Jackson till this day is still one of the biggest artists and he's passed away.
Exactly.
Drake, nah. Drake is not the Michael Jackson of this generation. No.
I agree, man. I agree. Drake definitely not. He definitely not. All right, last one. We talk about him a lot too. J. Cole. We're gonna end up with J. Cole.
Go, man. It's my favorite rapper of all time, bro. J. Cole, I think, and I'm not comparing myself to J. Cole at all, but he's my favorite rapper. But I think where I'm at now as far as being comfortable and just doing what I want to do is where he's at now too. Like he's not out there to chase like a title or anything. He's just making music that he want to make.
Yeah.
And he's doing it when he wants to do it. And he raps his ass off. Like, J. Cole is a storyteller. That's another reason why I got into J. Cole. Like his storytelling ability is fucking crazy. So yeah, man, J. Cole, man, he's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT to me. Like if I had to pick out of J. Cole and Kendrick, people would say Kendrick is better. To me, J. Cole's always gonna be better. J. Cole,
Yeah,
that's my favorite. Yeah.
I agree. I'm more of a J. Cole fan too. But
Yeah.
before we get into your songs, Charlamagne made a comment about J. Cole and Tyler the Creator had the best album for this year. Do you agree with that?
Honestly, see, I gotta go and listen to all the albums that came out so far. You know, I can't now if we're talking about like versus Donda and Certified Lover Boy, yeah, I agree. Tyler Creator album was fucking fire. And J. Cole's album was fucking fire.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that as far as like those albums that we, you know, are up there. But I gotta listen to all the albums that came out so far and see. Because I mean, I have albums on rotation too. J. Cole's one of them, and Tyler's one of them. So yeah. I mean, I agree.
I mean, I know J. Cole, I definitely will agree. I didn't hear Tyler's album yet. I gotta listen to that.
Call me something. Call me something. Or if you get lost, call me or something like that. It's pretty dope though. Yeah, check it out because he got some joints on there with like Pharrell and Lil Uzi Vert and just crazy collabs. Is fucking fire. Like it's dope. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, but I also add Nas to that conversation too, cause Nas album
King's Disease 2. Yeah, see, I forgot. You see what I'm saying? Like I gotta go back and listen. King's Disease Fire was fucking fire. Like even with the track EPMD 2. EPMD 2 is my shit. Yeah.
That album was fire too. All right, so you ain't know, bro. Before you go, we gonna play 2 of your songs off the Soulful.
Let's go.
So we got The Boss and we got a little Soul. So tell us about those 2 songs, how that came together, and stuff like that.
Okay, so a lot of these tracks that I got on this album are, so sometimes what I found myself doing is like I'll find the title of a beat, I like the beat, and then I'll just make a song around that title. Like, okay, cool, how can I make the titles to the beat or whatever? So the name of that beat is called A Little Soul, and that's by Pete Rock, I believe. And so a reason how that came about, I came up with the hook, which is, just a little soul for your soul. And it's kind of like an introduction into the whole project. It's like, I'm just trying to give you that soul back, what we had back in the 90s, like a Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, stuff like that. So I'm trying to give you Erykah Badu, stuff like that. I'm trying to give you that back. So that's what it is, a little soul for your soul, just the healing, like the soul food. And then The Boss is just me saying, like, I'm going back to the whole comfortability thing. I'm just doing something. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not worried about getting on the charts or making a pop song or making a trap song. I'm doing the music that I want to do. And I talk about that in the song,
Yeah, and I heard both tracks, man. I was blown away. I was like, oh snap, this
Thanks,
is fire.
Man.
Like,
I appreciate that, man. That's what's up.
I was like, these tracks. I know everybody will love it too, so I can't wait for y'all to listen. But you already know, bro. Thank you for coming back on the show, man. We had to do the interview over because we did the first time.
I'm ready, man.
But we had a good conversation about music, man. Thank you for coming back, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. This podcast, I'm so happy you started this shit. This shit is dope, man. I'll be listening to this, every so often. I'm like, yo, this dude is doing this thing, and I'm happy for you, man.
I appreciate it, man. You already know. You already know. I was shy, so you're like, so
yeah. That's the thing is like. It's like for all of us, and even like because I know you said you talked to Naya the other day.
Yeah,
But to see all of us like be shy with certain individuals in junior high school, and of course to grow and have like our own venues and ventures that we getting into. You with your podcast, me with the books and the music, and just whatever everybody else is doing. Like, yo, it's dope, man. It's dope to see the growth, man. It's dope.
It is, man. It is, and we just gonna keep doing our thing, man. It's only up from
exactly,
here.
Most definitely.
But you already know, bro. So what I need you to do is drop the social media. Drop the album where they can listen to it. Drop the book. Drop everything. Drop everything. This is time.
I got it. Hey, here we go. All right, so it's your boy Mook Dollas once again. You can find me everywhere on social media. Mook Dollas Music. So that's MOOKDOLLAS Music. Just look at the handle, and you should be able to find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, even. SoundCloud, and I'll be dropping the album on SoundCloud. Soulful Side A will be coming out on the 29th. Listen on SoundCloud. Shit's gonna be fire. It's a solid project. Storyline is in there too, so it's gonna be dope. Book you could get on Amazon. Just look me up, Tristan Martin. And yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing, keep listening and reading.
You already know, bro. I'm definitely gonna bring it back. I'll bring it back, and yeah, but thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Right, most up, man. Thank you for having me.
You know, bro, and we be right back. I'm taking time to thank everybody for watching, Mr. Gentleman, like the Pocket TV. Thank you to the bro, Mook Dollas, for coming back on the show. Check out his new album, Soul Food Side A, this Wednesday at 12 a.m. on SoundCloud. Support his book, Legends, on Amazon. And yeah, support him, y'all. Y'all already know this is the YouTube version of the show, like the podcast TV. Subscribe, Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, Lifestyle TV. Subscribe now. You know, show love. Each and every Sunday at 12 a.m. on Mr. Gentleman, like the podcast. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and many more. Season 5 of Mr. Like the podcast, November 14th at 12 a.m. November 14th at 12 a.m. And yeah, and once again, thank y'all and have a good day or night wherever you're watching this episode.